Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربي لا تذرني فردا وأنت خير الوارثين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome, dear friends. Inshallah, we will start a new topic from the 29th word, which is about the immortality of man's spirit, the angels, and the resurrection. Pretty exciting topic to start the conversation, inshallah, because I was wondering when I started reading this about the immortality part about this. Because we think about this universe, look at our existence in this world. We don't think about the immortality aspect that much. So that was something that my feelings kind of got triggered to remember, yes, don't want to, I want to keep enjoying the qualities that I'm being entertained here in this world. I don't want to lose my existence in that sense. So we'll start with that, inshallah. And now the author introduces two verses. So in the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Therein came down the angels and the Spirit by the permission of their sustainer, which is from the Quran, section 97, verse 4, which is the section Qadr. تنزل الملائكته والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. So let's see if I have it here. This one. تنزل الملائكته والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. So Amar, the permission. Although here it says inspiration, but we'll discuss exactly and get to the correct understanding, inshallah. And the other one is the Spirit comes by command of my sustainer, which is from the Quran, section 17, verse 85, which is here. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ويسألونك عن الروح قل الروح من أمر ربي وما أوتيتم من العلم إلا قليلا. They ask you about the spirit. Its nature is known only to my Lord. And you humans have been given but little knowledge. Or the inspiration. We'll ask about the nature of divine inspiration. So these translations are a little confusing to me. The inspirations, or here I think the author mentions about command and permission of their sustainer, which is much clearer. But I'm open to understanding a little bit more, inshallah. All right. So this treatise consists of an introduction and two main aims. So before I go to the introduction, any comment on these two verses? Yes, Brother Ali, please go ahead.
Yes, your translation, reading them with the permission of their sustainer, burada bir izin, the word izin, emir, yeşa, şa'e, illa ma Allah. These words are used to express God's will. I mean, they will come down themselves, but with the permission of God, the permission of their Lord, Rab, بإذن ربهم. It doesn't mean this, excuse me. Of course, from our perspective, we can talk that the tree is growing with the permission of God, with the emr of God, with the will of God. We may see it, but tree doesn't work. It doesn't grow itself, and God is permitting it. No, will is the growth of the tree that, from our perspective, is realized by God. We have to read it in this way, because when we read the famous verse in section Yasin, إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا, when his emir, إنما أمره, his emir, his now in this way, his in this verse, you can find it out. It is 36 section Yasin, and verse most probably 87 or 86 or 8. 86, 87, somewhere there. Very, very last verse. Try 81. Let's try 81. No, 82, 82. Directly, it's 82. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now, let's read the translation. All it takes when he wills. Yeah, when he wills. But his being alone is such that, that is more closer meaning, but difficult to read. His being alone is such that in English is not. But his emr, the way he creates, innama emruhu. Now, when he wills something, connected now, well, he wills something to create, he just says kun fayakun. Kun fayakun is what? The act of creation. The act of creation. I mean, he creates it as a result of his erade, will. So this permission is translation of permission from our perspective. In fact, we have to understand that Melaik comes down not by themselves. That is how Allah creates. God creates. Is it okay? Understood? Is it understood? That is how God creates.
Right. So the will is what how God creates his will, basically, right? From our perspective, you said about the permission.
Yeah. For example, let's say with the permission of some authority, you can do something. If authority says, okay, you are allowed to do it. But you see, the doing something, the agent of doing something is the person, not the authority. That is dangerous, because no one can create anything by itself, although God allows, not God allows. That is how God wills. That is how God irade, emara, ezine, as it is here. Yeah, ezine is here. Yeah, sha'e, it means he, inshallah, if God wills. These are all different perspective acts of creation. It means direct God's creation.
Right. What was the point about the authority you said? So it involves a person by the authority.
Authority. Now, example I am giving in our daily life. For example, a police with the authority of the state, for example, arrests somebody. But who is arresting?
The police was arrest.
Police.
Authority.
No, I mean, in the word, it's just an example. In fact, yes, but in the word, the action is realized by the police,
Yeah, yeah,
but permission is given by the state authority.
right.
Now, the creation of the universe, reality of the universe is not like this. So when we read the Quran, we have to pay attention to it. What was our principle of reading the Quran? Quran speaks from human perspective and says this is what you see, but in fact, I am the one who creates it. If we don't read in this world, what happens? The theory of evolution is approved by the Quran. How? God created the cell with the ability to do something, and with this ability, the cell is acting, choosing, adapting uh, itself to the environment. Who is the agent? The cell. Who gave the permission to act in this way? The authority. This interpretation uh, comes from reading the Quran from our perspective and understanding that the message is what I understood. No, message is you see it in this world in this way, but the agent is me because the Quran says I am the one who is creating it. That is why when we read the verses which talks about the stages of human development or the development of the uh, living beings, he says, ثم خلقنا ثم جعلنا وجعلنا وجعلنا. Who is the actor? God. We did it, we created it, we made it, we. Is careful reading the Quran makes sense. Otherwise, the causes will be agents, executors. Thank you.
Got it. So it's like the example we read in section Furqan about the creating out of, we created out of from water, right? Water, and we have to investigate the water. So from our perspective, water. But
From our perspective, order, who is the agent?
correct. We have to investigate that and find does water have any quality to do it? But not, then there whoever's the agent behind it, yes.
Even the verse says we created it. That is agent. From the water speaks from our perspective. You see that water is used by God to create the human beings. No, what's how we see it? He said, but the creating action has been realized by God. We created it. Unfortunately, many people don't read the Quran by paying attention to specific point here. Many people, unfortunately, and they write books now that Quran approves evolution. These people read the Quran in this way, unfortunately.
Interesting. Thank you. So here also, Ruhim and Amar is used. Okay. In this verse. All right.
It is again the same قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. How are we going to read it? How is it translated? Let's see. Read it.
And they will ask thee about you about the nature of divine inspiration.
Mhm.
This inspiration comes at my sustainer''s behest.
Yeah, will, behest, will. Yeah,
And you cannot understand its nature
oh,
or manifest.
something like now. Come the second one.
They ask you about the spirit. Say its nature is known only to my Lord, and,
Uh,
and have been given but little knowledge.
so about the spirit, yes.
Its nature is known only to my Lord. It doesn't say like will or
قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. He missed it there. Maybe something typo. Now, third one.
they ask you about the spirit. Say its nature is known only to my Lord.
قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. Is it the same word? قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. Ruh from my spirit. Yeah, the first one we are reading. Carry on, reading the translation, carry on.
And you humans have been given but little knowledge. Right, so,
Where is min emri Rabbi?
yeah, they're missing it.
Why? قل الروح قل الروح يسألونك عن الروح. Okay, قل الروح من أمر ربي. It is قل الروح من أمر ربي is translated as, let me see here. Let's say, permission, their sustainer. Say, the spirit comes by command of my sustainer. Min emr Rabbi. قل الروح من أمر ربي. It comes with the emr. Now, what is it? Why am I confusing something? Am I missing something? It is nature. No. About the spirit, okay. That is the beginning. The nature is known. This is following it. The verse, show the verse. Show the verse. Now, they translated وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الروح. Okay. Then min emri Rabbi ve ma ututum min ilmin, knows only by its nature is known only to my Lord. Ve ma ututi ya mi. They translated قُلِ عن ربي قُلِ الروح ويسألك قُلِ الروح say min emri Rabbi, they translated this, its nature is known only by God. They interpret its nature is known. They say, all right, let's come to the very down, very down. Just a minute. This study Quran. Study Quran. Yeah. Say the spirit is from the command of my Lord. Yeah. They translated this from the command of my Lord. This study Quran.
Mhm.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Go down, Halim. Go down to Halim. Yeah, just stop. Now, the spirit is part of my Lord's domain. This is interpretation, understanding. I appreciate it, but the others just know its nature known by God. Okay, come down. Now, authority of domain. All right, we will try to understand ourselves. Go down. The very end of the yellow one. Now, just there. Raw spirit is one of the things. And yeah, I expect that. Yeah, okay, this one here. The spirit is from bidding of my Lord. Emir bidding. Here, George Sale created the command of my Lord. Now, the spirit was created by the command of my Lord. Ah, but closer, the best so far. Hmm. And come down here. The spirit comes at the, no, the third one. No, 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 no. Uh, yeah, George Sale, Edward Henry, the spirit comes at the bidding of my Lord.
Bidding of my Lord.
Emir bidding. No, the spirit proceeds at my Lord's command. That is also, again, a better one. Now come here, the spirit is at my Lord's command. Ah, you see, at my Lord's command, the spirit proceeds at my Lord's command. The spirit is at my Lord's command. I think what we understand now, as we say, sha'a, will. Now, izin, permission, erade, will again. Sha'a, as if he wishes, if he prefers. Erade. These are, from our perspective, all the words, from our perspective, how we see the things are coming or coming into existence as if they are growing by themselves, as if they are growing by themselves. Now, uh, we have to understand that, yes, şa'e, erade, ezine, emera, ceale, halaka, beda'a, bede'e, what else? So far, these 6, 7 words came to my mind, but there may be a couple of more. They all mean different aspects of creation, acts of creation, but why these different words are preferred in the Quran, uh, as from our perspective, we see it this way or another way, and the Quran presents it uh, with the appropriate word according to our observation. But we know that, for example, here is translated as the Spirit comes by command of my my sustainer. Command means be and it is. Be and it is means will of creator, erade. No, it means, erade means to create. Halaka. Did you understand the reasoning? Erade means because whatever got wheels says kun feyekun. What does it mean? Creates. Whatever God wills, creates. His will is equal to create. His sha'e, sha'e, to will. But another will. Uh, erade sha'e. Sha'e gives the possibility. He may not. But if he may, it means when he wills, that means it will create it. But it doesn't have to. Erade, his creation based on his will. It means, his will is equal to create, to create. It is not forced into translation, but I am presenting it as if I am forcing the translation. No, it is the nature of the way the Quran speaks.
So you're saying this one, the irada and sha has relation to the creation or
Yet
existence.
they are all era'e, erade, sha'e.
The sha is also like inshallah, so if he wills, basically, right?
It is, it will. For example, مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يَشْفَعُ عِنْدَهُ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِهِ. Ezine, ezine, ezine gives permission. Translation of ezine, literal translation. But we know that his will, his creation. شاء again يعلم ما بين أيديهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء الله. They cannot encompass any of knowledge only with the Sha'a Allah. It means permission of Allah. It means the way He creates and their knowledge, the way He creates their knowledge. So they willed and God created it. A bit, inshallah, it gives the flavor of the different meanings of these words, but ultimately they all go back to act of creation. That's how I understand within the whole context of the Quran. Because Quran is very severe. There is no other creator other than God. No other. Everything is just glorifies his names, glorifies him. What does it mean? Everything declares that or openly announces that they are created by God. La ilaha illallah. So God doesn't employ somebody to do something like human beings in principle. So we have to understand the other related verses under this within this understanding. Otherwise, La ilaha illallah is disturbed or shaken.
MashaAllah, thank you. That was beautiful. Okay, let's start reading, inshallah. So the introduction, it may be said that the existence of the angels and spirit beings is as definite as that of human beings and animals. Indeed, as is explained in the first step of the 15th word, reality undoubtedly requires and wisdom certainly demands that, like the earth, the heavens have inhabitants, and that its inhabitants are intelligent and suitable for the heavens. In the tongue of the Sharia, those inhabitants, of which there are numerous kinds, are called angels and spirit beings. All right, so his 15th word also kind of mentions about angels in the author's work, right? A little bit, the first step, as he says, that there must be the existence of angels. That's one of the pillars of belief as well. And just like the creation of human beings and everything that there is, and then they just don't exist bodily, but there's meaning behind it. There's communication that happens with the universe. So definitely there must be some inhabitants or some other spirit-like beings. So reality requires it to be thus. For despite the earth's smallness and insignificance in relation to the heavens, it's being filled with intelligent beings, and from time to time being emptied and then refilled with new ones suggests, indeed states clearly, that the heavens too, with their majestic constellations, like adorned palaces, are filled with animate creatures, the light of existence, the light of existence. So and conscious and intelligent creatures, the light of animate creatures. Like man and the jinn, those creatures are spectators of the palace of the world and ponderers over the book of the universe and heralds of this realm of dominicality with their universal and comprehensive worship. They represent the glorification of the large and universal beings in the universe. All right, so I'll pause here. Let's see how we can dissect this first the paragraph here. Brother Ali, please go ahead.
First of all, when we say spiritual beings, we cannot define them unless we define them with negative, negating language. Negating language. Non-material beings. Got it?
Right, because, yeah,
We
so, okay.
cannot define them.
Mhm.
We cannot define ghaib unless we use negating language.
Also like a logical conclusion.
Yeah, after logical conclusion, we
Up to the
arrive at the conclusion saying that there must be something,
right.
qualities manifested in this matter, and the matter cannot be the source of these qualities. So there must be something. And we may see this something spiritual beings. It means ghaibi. Ghaibi means non-material. When we think of the whole universe and refer to its source of existence, that is also ghaibi. And how do we define this ghaibi being? Rather than non-material being, the source of, but that is also correct, but people may say that, God is something non-material being. So a simple description of it. They may not be satisfied with that. That's why satisfied with this definition. Non-material. What we usually use in our discussions, which is more appropriate language to understand and describe the existence of the creator. The creator of the universe cannot be the same nature of the universe. In fact, what does it mean? Cannot be material, cannot have material existence as we experience in this world. But it is something else. Something else. But definitely we know that there's something else must exist. That is logical conclusion. We say something else must exist, logical conclusion. What is it? Non-material being, depending on what we are talking about. For example, Malaika, non-material being. Ruh, ruh, spirit, non-material being, but different nature. Ruh is ruh is not the equal to malaika. Now, God is a non-material being, but neither like angel, malaika, nor like ruh, but the source of existence of the universe. And his being is the source of existence of everything, material and not non-material being. And ruhaniyat, they say. Ruhaniyat, it means some non-material beings, some kinds of non-material beings must exist. For example, our typical example, very, conventional example, book and meaning in the book. Now we can say meaning in the book from one aspect, angelic side of the book. From another aspect, of course, he's ghaib. Let's say this is the spirit of the book, angelic side of the book. We may say spirit of the book. We may say a ruhani being. Ruh, ruhani, like ruh being. For example, human ruh is specific to each human being. Specific to each human being. And this each human being has the quality to acknowledge all names of the Creator. But the meaning we extract from the book doesn't have the qualities that its author, his author has. Only one quality, information, knowledge of the author. Knowledge of the author is manifested in the book. Not, for example, power of the author, not, for example, I don't know, the designing quality of the author. No, only knowledge of the author. Designing quality of the book is called not the author, but designer of the book, the way it is arranged. When we look at the way it is arranged, I say this book must have a designer. When we get the meaning, I say this book must have a knowledgeable author. That is why different manifestation of ruhani beings, like ruh beings, understood? We will call the author will call these beings in the following paragraphs spiritual beings. Ruhani, translation of ruhani. So angel is malaika, malakut side. Spirit is ruh. Spiritual beings, angel-like ruhaniyat, ruhani beings. It means different kinds of beings. But their common denominator is non-material. They can be known only by negating expressions or negating concepts, terms. I think it is clear, inshallah.
Inshallah, yes. All right. Any other comments by anyone? Okay. So what is this? The light of existence. That's one thing. So the light of existence has meaning to it. Basically, that's the light. And then these add additional light to it. The Ruhani beings or the spirit beings. What is the author mentioning here? Are filled with animate creatures, the light. So the light referring to these beings, these animate creatures that kind of like all these stars that are shining and all these different planets that we can, the constellations that look beautiful, they display light, right? So they catch our attention, and then there's they exist, that's one light, and then they're decorated in a way, that's the other light.
Uh, uh, I understood it. Light of existence, Melaike, angels. A light of existence, when we look at something, we definitely know that it is an angelic side. It means demonstrating some qualities, correct?
Correct.
Now, what the qualities are communicating, not communicating. We know that there is a design in something. Somebody is made an art, for example, correct? So there is art here.
Mm-hmm.
So angel announces it. It means the aspect of this art or design or beauty or information communicates with you through angels. Light of existence, in its creation there is some qualities there. We realize this, but these qualities communicate with your consciousness, and Quran says tesbihat. Tesbihat are performed by angels. Now, tesbihat performed by angels, glorification of God, praising God, realized in angels. That is what I think the author is trying to say, that angels independently exist from the thing that we are observing here. There is no the matter only, and also independently existing beings which are called angels as in the language of the Quran.
That sounds amazing, actually. So every material being has something that has a separate angel that represents it, or different angels, basically, right?
Now, angels are declaring the glorifying God because consciously declaring, consciously declaration communicates with your consciousness, you consciously perceive it. So your spirit and declaration of angels communicates with each other. That is the beauty of the creation. It's,
Awesome. Beautiful.
yeah. So I very frequently mentioned it because it amazes me and also makes me feel shy of myself, because I don't keep this awareness alive, functioning, apart from during this kind of discussions. So we communicate with angels, independent beings. Oh, how do I know these independent beings? Ah, there are some qualities in the language of this text is a light of existence. Qualities in the creation of, for example, typical example, tree. In the creation of tree, I see some qualities. And these qualities are communicating, but not themselves. They representative. They representative. We will see they are called mumassil. representatives. Angels are called representative. The representative of these qualities communicate consciously communicate with my consciousness. So I am not living in an unconscious world. We will see that Nursi will say, universe is alive. Long after, the universe is a living being, like an animal. He says, and also he dares to say, because not many people can say that universe is conscious because of his angels, existence of angels in the universe. It is in the universe. It is in the inhabitants are intelligent. Yeah, excellent point. Intelligent beings, conscious being. Wow. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful actually to live in this world. And conscious and intelligent creatures here also is mentioned, right? So whoever these beings are, definitely, as they're to my conscience and my consciousness also, I get meaning and there's a communication that happens.
Both sides are conscious. You know that you are conscious of existence. They
Right.
know they must be also conscious of themselves so that we communicate with them. Beautiful.
So there's a comment which says, in this way, can we say that the act of creation points to the existence of angels? The act of creation comes with the independent existence of angels, meaning that the creation shows the meaning that one can get. All right. Or is the act of creation refers to angels? The act of creation. Is it the act of creation or the qualities within one once the things are created?
Because whole universe is the result of act of creation, and everything in the creation, the matter and the qualities of the matter and the angels and spirit, human spirit, all of them are in the universe. So act of creation encompasses all of them, the reality of the universe. So we analyze it in order to communicate with the universe. How we communicate with the universe, and through this communication, we acknowledge the Creator.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for you also for the question and comment. All right, so like man and the jinn, those creatures are spectators of the palace of the world and ponderers over the book of the universe. So they are spectators of the palace of the world. So they're all over the whole universe is surrounded with these beings. And since they're conscious and intelligent, they examine and they're ponderers over the book of the universe. And heralds declare the qualities of their maker, the realm of dominicality. All right. Any comment on this part? All right. We'll continue. The nature of the universe Surely
Let-
points to,
Excuse me, let's be aware what we are talking about. The previous paragraph was talking about reality of the universe.
right.
Now, this paragraph will talk about nature of the universe.
Oh,
Slightly different.
I see. Okay.
Reality means everything. We talked about this angels, spirits, and everything in the universe. That is the reality of the universe, and everything is conscious. In fact, the
Mm.
whole universe is conscious because it has angelic side, angels as well, announcing them. Nature of the universe. Let's see what he is saying.
Inshallah. So the nature of the universe surely points to their existence. For since the universe is embellished and decked out with uncountable numbers of finely adorned works of art and meaningful decorations and wise embroideries, it self evidently requires the gazes of thoughtful admirers and wondering, appreciative lovers. It demands their existence. Yes, just as beauty requires a lover, so is food given to the hungry. Thus, the sustenance of spirits and nourishment of hearts in this boundless beauty of art looks to the angels and spirit beings. The sustenance of spirits and nourishment of hearts looks to the angels and spirit beings. It points to them. For while this infinite adornment requires an infinite duty of contemplation and worship, so the whole universe being infinitely adorned requires an infinite duty of contemplation and worship. Man and the jinn can perform only a millionth of that infinite duty, that wise supervision, that extensive worship. This means that boundless varieties of angels and spirit beings are necessary to perform those duties and to fill and inhabit the mighty mosque of the world with their ranks. So this whole universe becomes like a worshipping mosque, mighty mosque of the world, where the angels are performing their worship, extensive worship. So this nature of the universe, which is wonderfully decorated, day and night comes, the sun shines, moon comes, the stars shine, trees, fruits, a lot of different decorations, mountains, snow, rain. Incredible things are happening in this universe. So definitely it needs those admirers if something is there, just like you said. Beauty requires a lover, right? So whatever is being displayed needs someone to observe and look at it, to appreciate it. So my spirit, so I also have a spirit. So the sustenance of spirits and nourishment of hearts in this boundless beauty of art looks to the angels and spirit beings. So the spirit is looking for that sustenance that is also that involves the angels. That's how my
Now, a little bit now, uh, you started very well. Now, for example, if we say that there were no angels declaring the beauty of God, exalting God, praising God, let's say there are no such things. What happens? The very meaningful existence of the universe. because nature of the universe demonstrates that it is so meaningful. Everything is perfect, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. And as the author says, how much it is appreciated. Who will appreciate it? As far as we know, conscious beings, human beings, jinns, are expected to appreciate them. How much of it? As the text says, a millionth of it. No, even more, billions, trillions of it. One out of a trillionth, maybe. Why? Whole universe, we don't know what's going on. We see on the moon, sun, and some sparkling small stars that we don't know what are they all about. Very small. When just no, something shining, that's it. The thing. And the rest will be wasted, pointless, no wisdom in their existence. Now he is using the reasoning. No reason, no wisdom in their existence, doing something uh, wasteful. For example, a person is publishing a book, only two people will understand, nobody else. What does it mean? If the book is useful for everyone, the book must be appreciated for everyone. So if I don't understand, I will say there must be some people really appreciating this book. I will say. His reasoning here, starting from the nature of the universe, so perfect, so beautiful, so meaningful. So it says it requires the gazes of thoughtful admirers. And human beings and jinns can only do out of billions. Or either we will say this nature of the universe is wasted for nothing, or we will say there must be some other creatures who are appreciating it. And these creatures are, if you like, worshiping, performing their duty in the mighty mosque of the words. Mosque of the world. Do we see the word is mosque and full of jama'ah? Different word, isn't it?
That's the nature of the universe.
Yes. Nature of the universe requires that this mosque is full of, for example, do you go to a desert, make a huge mosque there is only two people living. People you will call you just unwise person, correct?
Right.
If you make a huge mosque, and if I see only two people, I will say either the person who made this work is stupid, waste of time, waste of energy, or there must be some other people somewhere living there that I don't see. That is logical conclusion.
Alhamdulillah. And what about the sustenance of spirits and nourishment of hearts in this boundless beauty of art? Looks to the angels and spirit beings. So when I realize this universe is full of these beings, right? That's how my spirit gets nourished, satisfied. Right. Indeed, a species of the spirit beings and angels is present in every aspect, in every sphere of the universe, each charged with the duty of worship. It may be said, according to both the narrations of hadith and the wisdom in the order of the world, that from lifeless planets and stars to raindrops, all are ships or vehicles for a kind of angel. So the angels mount these vehicles with divine permission and travel observing the manifest world. They represent their praise and glorification. The species is present in every aspect of the spirit beings, in every sphere of the universe, each charged with a duty of worship. So there are different flavors, as Brother Ali was mentioning earlier about the shape, the size, the meaning behind it of the book. Everything can be seen as a book. So each is charged with a duty of worship according to what is meant for. Right? So they are all basically the hadith narration that mentions about each drop of rain is basically an angel that is mounted on it, right? So the angels mount these vehicles with divine permission and travel observing the manifest world.
I think we should understand this analogy here. Vehicles, for example, a drop of, in the language of Hadith, the drop of rain is a vehicle. A star is a vehicle, is a vehicle. Actually, the description of the Quran is beautiful about the star, saying that with the stars you find your way. And they say in desert, the people, no, 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 no. Quran uses the star for to express something, and sometimes refers to the verses of God, verses of the Quran, ayat, and sometimes it refers to angelic side of the beings. I think this Nursi's understanding of the universe is so amazing. It makes sense, and it helps us to understand the Quran as well properly. So vehicle means that, very interesting, isn't it? I think everybody, I know, Asim has a vehicle. Feriha, I don't know. Now, Suhail has a vehicle. So, Alhamdulillah, I have a vehicle. What does it mean? I am traveling in my vehicle, right? Vehicle seems to be material beings, this appearance, material appearance of the universe. But there is a conscious being living in it. Do you see the analogy?
Right, yes.
Ah, universe, it seems to be just stars or matter, but it is a vehicle. It is a vehicle full of conscious beings in it. That is why. For example, the building of a mosque is a vehicle. People come and worship there. Declare God is great. Allahu Akbar. Understood? Vehicle. This is an analogy. We cannot take it literally. So, in this vehicle of a raindrop, there is a conscious being living on it. Did you get the analogy?
Beautiful analogy, yes.
Yeah, angel. The prophet teaches the Bedouins like this.
Every being is like a vehicle in that sense, yes.
Yeah,
That's
you see how the hadith should be read?
Mhm.
Not that, an angel is riding on it, carried by an angel, the hadith text says. Every drop of rain is carried by an angel. But in fact, Nurses says they are the vehicles of the angels. And angels are conscious beings reside. It means when you look at resides in them, it means when you look at the drop of rain, the way he is created, the way it is created, the way comes down, and the way it as water, how it is employed in the creation, amazing way. You understand that it is a masjid, it is a mosque. There is somebody praying in it, announcing the greatness, exalts the God's creation. God's quality is there. It is a masjid. Nurses turned the vehicle into masjid.
Every being becomes like a masjid if we have that understanding. Yeah.
Exactly. Even if I don't realize, there must be something, otherwise the creation will be meaningless. Although the nature of the universe, reality of the universe, doesn't show any unwise action. It's contradiction. So if everything is created wisely, there must be wisdom in their creation. What is the wisdom? So everything is so perfect, so huge universe. Perfection has endless. For where is the wisdom? We have to say, even if we don't appreciate and declare the qualities of its creator as appropriate to the way that they are created, there must be something else. Logically, we come to this conclusion. There must be a reason that these beings are created. Otherwise, it will be a waste. Some people say that. For example, a tree produces towards the end of summer thousands of seeds. Some of them hundreds of thousands of seeds. The wind comes and you see the seeds covers the earth. Some trees. What does it mean? And some people say it's waste. Only one of them is used. The animate beings, cements, or fish, for example, when they lay the eggs, and that each fish lays 1,000,000 seeds in it, 1,000,000 each. Not all of them will survive. No, a big uh, fish comes, bigger bodily fish comes, swallows hundreds of them in one breath as food. Maybe 100 or something like that are created as fish. The others are just food for other fishes, other fish. What does it mean? There is no waste in the universe. So the meaningful side of the universe should not be wasted either. Oh, the time is really up. I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, it's a good point you're making about, yeah, there's no waste in the universe. Yeah. I think this next paragraph also relates to this, so I'll read it. It also may be said that certain sorts of living bodies act as airplanes for different kinds of spirits. So, if you remember the vehicle analogy, from the birds of paradise called the green birds in a hadith, which says the spirits of the people of paradise enter into green birds in the intermediate realm and travel around paradise in them. To flies, each is a vehicle for a sort of spirit. The spirits enter into them at a divine command, and through the faculties and senses of those living bodies, like the eyes and ears, observe the miracles of creation, in the corporeal world. Faculties and senses of those living bodies, like the eyes and ears, observe the miracles of creation in the corporeal world. They perform the particular glorification of each. All right. So another hadith.
Let's read the following paragraph because it ends with wisdom.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do
It
that.
means that so far we understood on the right way, Alhamdulillah.
So just as reality necessitates it to be thus, so does wisdom. Wisdom is there now. For with an intense activity, the all-wise Maker continuously creates subtle life and luminous intelligent beings from dense earth, which has little connection with spirit, and from turbid water or cloudy water, which has small relation with the light of life. He surely then creates certain sorts of intelligent beings from the seas of light and even from the oceans of darkness, from the air, electricity, and other subtle matter suitable for spirit and appropriate for life. And surely these creatures are exceedingly numerous. All right, so the wisdom also requires this basically, in terms of all these material beings must have some meaning to them. Right, so he says continuous creation, subtle life and luminous intelligent beings from dense dead earth. So all these beings that are created in the universe out of like turbid water, from dense earth, from our perspective we see it, that things are coming from the earth, all different kinds of vegetation, trees, plants,
Mhm.
and then the whole air, electricity, and all these other things that we are benefiting from also has their existence as well, which are meaningful.
It means earth, water, uh, light, and opposite of light, darkness, electricity, subtle matters, the other subtle matters like waves. They are all physical beings. All physical beings has their angelic side. So angelic side refers to the existence of angels. So this is the wisdom in the creation side of it, continues to create it, and different quality, different natures of, or different creatures with different natures. But they all have angelic sides, must have angelic sides. So we cannot say that electricity is non-material being. No, it's a material being, but we may not really understand the molecular, not molecular, and the particular pieces in it. But these are creation, and in the side of creation in the universe. They are all uh, makes the universe not only as it physically appears to be, more than this, so perfect creation, and the wisdom of this creation requires that there must be some other creatures appreciate these qualities, glorify the qualities of their creator, and responds back. Conscious beings, which are angels. Conscious beings responds back to God, appreciate it. Human beings are expected to do, but we can do so much. or that much. Thank
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah, that's very beautiful. Inshallah, so we can stop here at least. So continue our discussion on this beautiful topic of spirit beings, angels, inshallah. So I'll stop here. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. برحرمة سورة الفاتحة